So what we're saying, what is love? You understand?
Yes, fine.
I say that intelligence which is not born of thought, which is limited, that intelligence is the essence of love. Love, therefore I say, is love desire, love ambition, love is there love when there is pleasure, and so on, so on, so on. Or is love something outside of the brain?
Now the brain is there.
You understand, sir? Let me finish. You can jump on me afterwards. It's still my court.
Please.
Okay, that's a question.
And which means compassion. Where there is love and compassion, there is that intelligence which is not the product of thought. And that is not intermittent. That doesn't come and go. And that love is not the opposite of hate. There is no, love has no opposite. Right? And compassion, love cannot exist if there is any form of attachment. I'm a Catholic or a Hindu or a Sikh, and I'm attached to my God, attached to my anchor, and say I have compassion. That's not compassion.
It's limited.
Limited.
It's limited, yes.
Right, sir?
Yes.
Now, proceed.
Okay.
Okay, question.
Wait. Take your racket. Get ready. To me, or to Kay, that's the only thing that matters. If that does not exist, the rest is all limited.
Yeah.
And therefore, you'll have perpetual conflict between each other, between the world, and so on, so on. That's all.
Are you ready for me?
Wait, sir, have you understood what the speaker said, what Kay said?
I think I have, but I have a question.
Wait, have you felt it, smelt it, have you tasted it, have you swallowed it before you kick it?
No, I don't want to kick it.
No. I'm asking you.
I think I have.
So it means unconditioning the whole human or the structure and the nature of thought. Right?
Yes. Now we have grasped that and listened to that.
And
Now proceed.
let me go.
You see,
Okay, now I want to ask you a question. A few minutes ago, I brought up the fact of this 3-month-old infant. Who, a minute ago, I mentioned this experiment with the 3-month-old infant that likes the focus.
Sir, just a minute. I have seen it with my eyes actually. I don't have to look.
Fine. Now, what I want to say is this: what can we know? What can we say about the? Here we have a 3-month-old infant that I told you about, and this, in a way, is the basis for desire.
Yes.
In other words, the desire for that focus.
Yes, sir.
That's the essence of desire at 3 months of age.
Yes, sir.
Now, given that fact that desire is so central to the brain, we'll use that word, what is the relationship of what you've just said to this basic fact that desire is so...
Yes, sir, I'll tell you. Then you have to ask, what is desire, right?
Okay, I have another question which is related though. We might be able to handle both of them at the same time, which is that I have heard you.
Sir,
I
yes,
have
miss.
grasped it or felt it. Then I have the question, how do I know it's true?
You don't know.
I don't know.
Which means
That I have to investigate it.
with what?
I have to, well, this is exactly the point. With what? The only way I know is to observe very carefully what happens in my experience. Which means that what I see is not the continuity of that intelligence, but the intermittency of that intelligence. So how can you, beyond saying,
Huh?
how can you, beyond saying, actually make it possible for people to see that it's not just words?
Therefore, you have to go into the whole question. Why? What's the place of desire?
Yes, that's why the two things are related. Yeah.
What's the place of desire? And why has desire become so important in our life? You follow the whole movement
Yes,
of desire.
yes.
Have we time?
Oops.
a few minutes. Not really.
It's up to you. I'm happy to go on.
Yeah.
I don't know, there are all people waiting for that.
Also, yes.
Well, I mean, this is a crucial issue.
Yes, sir, I'll
Perhaps
come
if
to
we
that.
could round the idea and
Yes, continue then.
You mean
mean-
to continue tomorrow or continue
well,
now?
just round the idea what we were talking now because we have about 5 minutes. And
5 minutes.
Desire and love, that would be important.
If there is no becoming psychologically, you understand? There is no self. Theoretically it sounds all right.
I mean, you keep going back to this. In theory, it sounds all right, but
Sir, to see the reality of it and cut it,
how do you see that?
I mean, he tells me, he has been at it for a number of years, he says, look, there is no becoming. Is it, this becoming, has it spilled over from the physical becoming a clerk stepping the ladder, you follow? Is that a spill, is that movement spilled over into the other field?
It might.
And therefore you're still thinking in terms of becoming, psychologically, inwardly. And don't let it spill, expand from there, right? Then, is there a becoming? I will be. I must not. I'm comparing myself. So, the ending of measurement. You understand? Complete ending of measurement, which is comparison.